Mercedes is a big constructor and has money. They've struggled too. However, Lewis Hamilton is Lewis Hamilton. At the end of the day, he has 6 championships and a 7th one coming. You can't price him cheap. So even if everybody else says, "Oh, we're going to have a salary cap," yeah, you will have a salary cap, but it's Lewis Hamilton, it's Lewis Hamilton we're talking about. They have NBA salary cap in the league, but LeBron James still gets paid some good money, so you better pay him his money.
All right, I'd like to see how this unfolds because, again, I think the dilemma for the for the bosses is not to cause discontent amongst the others, because if you have a rule, follow it through. Don't make an exception. But there we go.
Look, yeah, but salary cap for McLaren is not going to be salary cap for Mercedes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can't say that, especially when you have a driver that has been key, and instrumental in pushing for you to win your 7th consecutive constructors title. And this is a record. This is a new record. I look on the think about it, on the back of winning a championship. You know, come and say, you see, it's like they shoot bed. If he can fly, we don't have money. You can look. That's not Noise is not going to even be listening. But it's a sad one, but that's happening at this time. And I like what Toto said. He doesn't want to sign a yearly contract. He wants to finish his thing once and for all. But you also have to take into cognizance the fact that Lewis is not getting any younger. By January, he'll be 36. Wow. So how many driving years does he really have left in him? Because he has also mentioned last weekend that he's also thinking about life after F1. So it's a lot of things to take into consideration, but I like what it is distracting, whether you like it or not. The questions are going to come up all weekend, and it's also going to give all of them sleepless nights. So I think they need to sort it out quickly. However, they sort it out.
Okay, so they need to sort it out quick. Now, Tottenham Hotspur manager Jose Mourinho said the disappointing performances of his fringe players in Thursday's 1-0 Europa League loss to Royal Antwerp would make it very easy to pick his team going forward. Mourinho made 9 changes to the lineup for Monday's 1-0 Premier League win at Burnley, but Spurs fell behind inside 30 minutes after an error from defender Ben Davies allowed Antwerp forward Leo Efelov to score from close range. He said, "I would like to have made 11 changes at halftime. I didn't make 5 as I was afraid of a long 45 minutes. I always like to think the players deserve an opportunity. We have a big squad with a lot of good players. Tonight shows my future choices are going to be very easy."
See, look, Jose Mourinho is content every day of the week and twice on Sunday. But I feel his pain. So before the game, he's coming out and he's talking about how Gareth Bale is ready to fly. He's kept him caged for too long, so he's going to release him so you can see the brilliance of Gareth Bale. And then Will comes onto the pitch and he's just a chihuahua. There are no wings, there's no back. It's just, it's just there. I'm telling you, at best. And so it's ridiculous, and you're looking at the result and saying, "Oh, but it was only a 1-0 loss." No, if you watch the match, Antwerp only did not score more because they're not a better quality side. That was not the only defensive error. They made at least 3 defensive errors that opened the goalkeeper to one-on-one chances that he had to defend. There were some that the players blasted over the bar because for some reason they didn't know how to calculate where the height of the goal was. It was chance after chance that could have been goals if we were a better quality side. And Jose Mourinho, just imagine if you're the manager, because I, as a fan, I'm sitting there and watching the Tottenham of Monday that played against Burnley play this game against Antwerp. And I'm wondering, did they change coaches somewhere during the week? It was a horrible display. And think about it, players like Bergwijn that we begging to come in. Oh, that was pun intended. Players like Celso that we're looking for opportunities to play. They had the chance to play, and they just didn't take advantage of it. And this is, as a player, this is what you should be prepared for. You can train for 6 months for a 30-minute performance.
Mm.
That's the life of an athlete. And so it's not, you can't say, oh, because I'm sitting on the bench, I'm rusty. No, you always have to be prepared because you do not know, like Jesus' second coming. You do not know the moment they are.
Or the time.
You know, you will be needed. So
Mm.
you prepare, and then the minute you're given an opportunity, you explode so that the next time they are writing team lists for the Premier League, for anything, your name is, it's a big contention there. You don't just collect salary as a young footballer and just sit on the bench. They will trade you to Norwich City. Or you got hustle there in the championship. So it was a disappointing performance by the players. The results, yes, while shocking, was not as shocking as the performance itself. So I understand Jose Mourinho's disappointment. He says, you know what, next time I just know who I'm going to pick. Even if it's the same number of players you see, just know.
He wanted to make 11 changes.
Yeah.
That guy.
I kid you not. When he took off Gareth Bale, even if he shook his hand, I was like, yeah, really. Oh my God, go and sit down. Yeah, better off playing golf anyway. Go and sit down.
Ridwan says, hello, Sinorias, 600 years for Tottenham for their abysmal performance last night that made many tickets visit the dustbin.
I'm telling you.
Quickly, all eyes on Real forwards after Benzema criticism of Vinicius. After a week in which Karim Benzema's damning opinion of strike partner Vinicius Jr. was unwittingly revealed, Real Madrid's forwards will be hoping to present a united front when they host Huesca in La Liga on Saturday.
Okay, so the good news for Real Madrid is that they're going to be hosting a team like Huesca. It's not particularly brain draining, except Huesca comes out to pull off a candid performance and then stun Real Madrid. But on paper it's an easy game, so because it's not so much high pressure. I think it should help them deal with it. But it was a major issue. So halftime they were were there 2 goals down at halftime? Yeah, I think there were 2 goals down at halftime at Mönchengladbach. They hadn't played a particularly bad first half. It's just Mönchengladbach were a lot clinical. So the question was now the chances that Real Madrid created, how come they didn't find a way to finish them off? And they're in the tunnel, and Benzema speaks in Urugu. Okay, no, he didn't. He spoke in French to his French colleague Monday and said to Monday, don't pass the ball to Vinicius. Now, Vinicius is Brazilian, does not understand the language. So, yeah, they were standing side by side. It's not like he was far away. They were standing in the same tunnel. He just didn't understand the language.
That's horrible.
So, Benzema said, don't pass the ball to him. He's playing for the other side. It's funny now, but it was ridiculous. How could I kid you not? And so they played the game. They eventually got the 2-2 draw, and then this video comes out because a French television had caught the moment and put the moment with interpretation out. So it's been all over social media, and so you can imagine if you're Vinicius, you're playing on a team that has a French speaking coach, has a big name player like Benzema who's French speaking, and you're trying to, put yourself fit into the team. You may feel a little like an outsider.
A lot like
I think Zinedine Zidane has to do some man management here. Yeah. It's not about the guy having to man up or suck it up. These things. Look, there is obviously going to be some grief on the team. So Zinedine Zidane, first of all, he needs to sort that out in the locker room. It doesn't matter what kind of united front they present on the pitch. He needs to sort that out in the locker room, because if he doesn't, it will spill over. Because think about if they start having different caucuses, like the Spanish speaking players to be on one side. That's a huge issue. Yeah. It's something they need to sort out. And I understand Vinicius can be very frustrating. Sometimes he's playing on a different wavelength. But sometimes he comes in and he brings the spark that they need. Yeah. So yes, he's a basket of mixed fruits, but you can't just throw out the whole basket or just cancel out the entire farm.
As long as he's on the team, they have to
work it out. Zinedine Zidane has work to do. That's all I can say right now. Benzema, not too much. It's not the first time he's been involved in team problems. I
Valid,
mean, even
yeah.
with the national team, the reason why they didn't call him back, he was involved in the scandal with Frank Ribery. In fact, I heard he was the one that called the guy and said, that guy has something to tell you, should tell him, you know. So it's not the first time he's been involved in that. He knows how to deal with it. But Zizou, for the sake of the team and for sake of what he's building at Real Madrid, he needs to sort it out. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to break now. When we come back, we have a few stories to sort out ourselves. So stay tuned. It's the Locker Room 981. Keep your comments coming through. We'll read them. We're also live on YouTube. So go on to YouTube, Smooth 981 FM Lagos, and we'll be right back. Smooth.
Professional.
I wonder what. No, that was like, why can I hear? And I said, and I laughed. I was like, oh, I heard my laugh. I thought maybe it was quite put something. Hello, YouTube fam. How you doing?
See.
Hola. ¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás?
Oh, never. But me.
We'll show whether we'll go see later or never.
You still have time to do your nails inside Coco.
I did.
This girl, you're very vain.
Yesterday. No, I have wedding this weekend.
In fact, let me tell you, this COVID has revealed to people that they need to marry. It's like after people were locked in their house, lonely and single, they realized I can't be talking to pot and kettle. Because the number of people that married this year, I can almost guarantee I'm more than the number of people that married last year.
Yeah, actually, there are many marriages, many hookups.
It is so, and the way they were hooking up in isolation, it's amazement. All the people that say,
it gave you more time to see that life is short and you have to just make your move.
All the people that say, oh, this technology, I can't date someone from social media. People are marrying from Twitter. If you're there dragging people on Twitter, you're wasting your data. You're marrying from Twitter. So I've been seeing many marriages. So now that you're telling me,
so anyone who's watching, Tega is open to social media hookups.
No, I didn't say that though. I'm just saying that other people should be. There are 8 billion people on the planet. So how can you?
So why is it?
How can you set out
Why
only
can't
me?
you be one of the people that are watching us at the moment?
My market is far.
Oh yeah, tell us what's your spec?
Which spec?
Your boost spec.
He has to be rich because I'm high maintenance. Let me just let people know I'm vain like that. And he has to be funny, and he has to be fit. You know, I used to say I can date anybody before. It's a lie. I can't date. No, I can't. You have to exercise something. You have to go to gym. Okay. Sorry.
So Tanya is real worried, girl. So is this you? Are you rich? Are you able to look after a high maintenance wife? Do you gym? And
can you make me laugh? Can you make me laugh?
Can you make her laugh? Very simple things. What are you waiting for? Slide into her DM.
I don't have much.
Imagine the sporting stories you tell. Guys, don't miss this chance.
We'll be talking
don't
about
miss
2.5 men.
We're back. Smooth 98.1, love music, love life. If you're not watching us on YouTube, then you're missing a treat. If you know what happened at halftime, oh gosh, please go on to YouTube, youtube.com/smooth981FM Lagos. All right, so we have a comment from Chimobi Victor. Chimobi Victor is just this is just banter. It just says Karim Benzema is trying, that's from Odo State, Karim, is trying to bring disunity in that team with that comment, but I see Zizou steadying the ship in that Real Madrid team. He talks about Arsenal, but we haven't gotten to that story yet. And then Lan Ray from the abroad says Toto himself hasn't committed his future to Mercedes yet and has previously talked about leaving at the top, that is before 2022 and the rules change. With him owning 30% of the team, his future is also linked to Luis's in a roundabout way. Uncertainty everywhere you look. And then from Yak, he says, good morning, ladies. Nah, Tega, Benzema's problem with the national team was that bizarre case of blackmail involving Valbuena. Crazy stuff.
No, Frank Ribery.
And
he was the center of it. So trust me, if they said, in fact, let me remind people of the story because some people have forgotten. So apparently they said, oh, this is not confirmed story. But you know, they said that he was the one that told the person that eventually blackmailed Frank Ribery the thing that they used to blackmail Frank Ribery with. I said, you can use it. You can use it against him. So it's a problem.
What's
so
a
it's
problem?
not today you started to gossip.
Cruz says, Ayo, do not Vinicius also. Please tell us what Tega said at halftime. Well, it's not my fault you're not watching on YouTube. Go onto YouTube, click the rewind button, and you might just see it. Lampard, by the way, if you want to follow us on Twitter, Smooth981FM is the hashtag LockerRoom981. On WhatsApp, 0809 444 0981 is the number to send your message to. Lampard to discuss penalty duties that Jorginho missed. Chelsea manager Frank Lampard will speak with his players before deciding whether Jorginho,
Jorginho.
Jorginho, just simple.
Yeah.
Okay, Jorginho.
Portuguese, Brazilian.
Okay, I thought
Okay, so he plays. Okay,
was
he plays
silent.
for Italy.
Okay.
Let me confirm. Let me just correct that now.
Okay.
But he's originally from
Yeah.
Brazil, and you know they speak Portuguese.
All right. Yeah, then
Yeah.
J should be silent, shouldn't it?
No, it's Spanish and
Oh,
J.
Spanish. Okay, so Jorginho.
That's why you should
simple.
watch football. See, you learn
I do
languages.
watch, actually, a little. Remains the club's penalty taker after the Italian missed his second spot kick of the season in the 4-0 win over Russian side Krasnodar in the Champions League. Jorginho has had an incredibly successful rate of scoring penalties in his career, particularly at Chelsea, said Lampard. He also said, my feeling is when you take as many penalties as he does, there can be periods when you miss one. And sometimes there can be periods where you miss one or two. I experienced that as a player.
Okay, so I'll say this. It's just so unfortunate that he's missed back-to-back penalties. The one against, I think it was Liverpool, and then this one in the Champions League. But prior to that, he hadn't missed a single penalty. A penalty kick with all the ones he's been taking, even before Chelsea. So the issue now became with back-to-back penalties being missed, and then Timo Werner stepping up to take the penalty after he was substituted. The question was not like, okay, are we going to stop Jorginho from taking penalties because he's missed 2 consecutive penalties? I'm like, Messi has missed many penalties in Barcelona. They don't born you to take the penalty before you. In fact, when there's a penalty, you drop the ball and walk away. He may decide, because he used to do it, with Luis Suarez, with Neymar. He'd just be like, okay, take the penalty. He may decide to do that, but he's still first person. So I think, yes, Lampard needs to sort that out and say, you know what, regardless of the fact that Jorginho has missed, if he's on the pitch, then he's taking the penalty. Or maybe he can find a way to placate other people, because he says, look, even if Timo Werner scored, there are also other penalty takers on our team that can score. So let this thing not bring an issue. Not the one that tomorrow now there'll be penalty. They'll now start doing Marcus Rashford and Martial. No, I want to take it. No, you should take it. Nobody needs that fight. So he needs to say to the team clearly who is the first point of call when there is a penalty, and then maybe they'll take it from there. But you think it's not a big issue, but it's something that needs to be sorted out.
All right. So I just want to announce that our listeners like gist. They jumped up almost 3 times. People on YouTube, because I said they should go and see gist. But Quadri Aderogba says Benzema had a problem with both Valbuena and Ribery. Tokwa Oshowa says Omar Vinicius can be ... but Benzema should count down. Tega is the best. And then the Quadri's back says Jorginho has missed 2 penalties in 5. He should let the strikers take them. All right. So Arsenal cruise to Europa League win over Dundalk. According to the story, a flurry of goals either side of halftime from Eddie Nketiah, Joe Willock, and Nicolas Pepe gave Arsenal a comfortable 3-0 Europa League win over Irish side Dundalk on Thursday that puts them top of their group after 2 games. The result puts Arsenal top of Group B on 6 points and ahead of Molde, who beat third place Rapid Vienna 1-0 on goal difference. Dundalk bottom with no points.
Yeah, so this is their own case of the bench players stepping up, because on a normal day it's not a Willock that will start an Arsenal match. He comes in, he scores his goal, Nketiah scores, and then Pepe too, who hasn't started a lot of matches, also scored the 3rd goal. And this is the opportunity I'm talking about with the Tottenham players. You get the chance, play, score, and make sure the next time the coach is writing list, your name will be in rotation, so that they'll be writing it. They'll be like, okay, when 10 people get injured before that guy will play. But this is a good build-up for Arsenal, because they face Manchester United this weekend. And Manchester United, I don't know if we're going to get to that story.
Are you gonna? Okay, so just combine it though.
But basically, let me just combine it. Manchester United had a fantastic weekend Sorry, fantastic week against Leipzig in the UEFA Champions League. If you remember, they scored 5 goals. Marcus Rashford scoring a hat trick from the bench. And so when you look at and Leipzig was supposed to be a difficult match for Manchester United. Leipzig are no easy feats to play against. They're very quick on the counter. They have fast-paced players that can run out your defenders. They have scorers. Even if they did sell their striker, they hadn't struggled. They had 9 different scorers after they sold Timo Werner, so they're good.
Mm.
But they struggled against Manchester United. They didn't create enough chances. They didn't have the chance. Manchester United locked them down, scored 5 goals clean. Everybody that needed to play well played well. Marcus Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba, everybody displayed perfectly well. So they are coming from their high of winning 5-0 in the Champions League. Arsenal will be coming from their sort of high.
Won the Europa League.
It's a sort of high. It's Europa. There's Champions League here, and then there's no Europa at the bottom. Yeah, that's not how you want to look at it. So there's Europa League. So they're coming from their own sort of high. So it's going to be a key clash for Arsenal. And to have a few people score a few goals, maybe give the team some kind of confidence to go into that game and try to defeat a Manchester United side. So it's a good build-up to a blockbuster. In as much as this is not the Manchester United and Arsenal of the late 90s, early 2000s, it is still Manchester United versus Arsenal. So it's a huge deal. And both teams will come out with the same rivalry in their history and the same thoughts in mind. So I can't wait to see how this weekend pans out, because they've teased us during the week. Now you have to tantalize us on Sunday with a great game. I don't want casual. I don't want people playing with handbrakes on. I want to see goals, red card. Give me all of it. Full options.
What time is that match? So I just get ready. I know that my house.
I think is it the 4 o'clock match on Sunday?
Is it 4 p.m.? What do I have planned on Sunday so I can just quickly adjust?
Just go to church and come back. No need for after church meeting.
I have one lunch meeting.
You are the one that wants to miss the match.
Okay. So Biggie, I know the Arsenal people will come out with their big guns. Biggie from K2 says, Arsenal reserve the best for Sunday. Man, you will not see what will hit them on Sunday. It will be like film for their eye. Even VAR will not save them. Yeah. But wait, so do we not have Man U fans? Every time it's an Arsenal story, the Arsenal people just come out in full force. And earlier on at how Charles Chidozie says racism is already a huge issue in football, but Madame Benzema, thinking that's not enough, is trying to introduce tribalism. Too many problems for one sport. And then Emeka Onelum says, so I heard from Aumo says, so I heard Mike Dean will officiate the Manchester United versus Arsenal game. So I'd like to tell United congrats in advance, because I've seen them getting one dubious penalty.
And a red card to boot. You know what is Mike Dean? Red card was somehow he'll look for a way to bring
it's a very spicy game.
I can't wait for Man U Arsenal.
All right, Cruz is accusing me. He says, since you deserted Man U, everybody has done so silently too. I actually do believe this. Thank you to all the people who are, I'm an influencer. Arsenal should come and pay me. Okay,
please, Man U fans, I beg you in the name of God, before the show is over, just one of
just
you.
One. They're potted. The moment I announced I was potting to Arsenal, they all followed.
People should come. I beg you to come back. Just one person. Come on.
All right, that's all we can take at this moment. Before I wrap up, and you come, fine, no problem. But if not, that's it. We've won. I think this is Pearl. Pearl is saying Arsenal fans are loud like their insecurity and consecutive.
Yeah.
We're not doing it again. This show is over. If you'd like to follow us at Smooth981 FM, use the hashtag LockerRoom981. Be sure to follow Tega this weekend. I'm sure you'll be getting some, analysis on Twitter. She's at Tega Supreme, and find the work she does on Ladies in Sports at LIS International. Follow us on YouTube. You can catch up on this video. It's going to be posted straight after the show. YouTube is Smooth981 FM Lagos. Follow me at Ayomairese. Don't forget to use the hashtag LockerRoom981. All you noisemakers united, can you please calm down? Jide from Agojo, calm down. That's it. Have a wonderful weekend. And we'll see you on Monday when we win. Next up, it's Lagos Talks 981. It's a feel-good Friday edition, so don't go anywhere. We're about to have a bit, or actually a lot of fun. Stay tuned. Thank you all so much.